17. Just thought they were going to be down and out, come back miraculously, they win the game, but because of the Lions, they don't. Dan and Tecumseh are 97 on the ticket.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi, Dan.
Dan,
Hi, Don. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's things down in Tecumseh?
Get ready for next year's baseball, my friend.
Hey, we got batting practice going on daily.
So do we. Gonna come and kick your butt again.
All right.
Would you like to elaborate here for those of you those of us not keeping score at home?
Well, we got to play John. I got to meet John. He's a wonderful man. We got to meet him up north in Great UP, and kids from Tecumseh got to actually play his boy, which his son made one of the most fabulous plays for a young man at first base. But I'm not going to talk about that because I know he didn't get them genes from John. But we ended up. My grandson got to pitch against their team, and we knocked them out of the Little League World Series playoffs.
Okay.
Bottom of the sixth.
All right. So what do you got to say about the Lions, man?
If the fans don't think the Lions are cursed, then you didn't watch football yesterday, because I watched a few games back and forth here, and I seen 17 extra points. I watched the Green Bay Packers miss all kinds of field goals in this game and still find a way to kick field goals and win the game.
After the Bengals field goal kicker misses, but he thought he made it, he started celebrating, he didn't watch it.
Yeah, hit the flag. I guess he thought the flag was like the goal line. That if you just hit that, but it's an amazing thing that the Lions are cursed people.
Yes, they are. I totally agree. It's the only curse that exists in this world. The Detroit Lions are cursed.
Okay, so let me ask a question. At Ford Field, the field goal post, do they have flags on the field goal post inside? I don't think they do, but they probably are there. And then this coming Sunday, he'll hit the flag, and that'll help it go through to win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, are you kidding me?
It's
Neither one of you guys watched the fourth live, right?
no, I followed on my phone and I dropped my phone.
No, I apologize. I didn't hear a lot of the first segment because kids go in my bedroom and mess with my clock every single day, and I can't stand it. All that aside, okay, has a team in the history of football ever lost after they've gone for two to win the game at the end of the game and gotten it?
That I don't know. We do know that the old...
Would you accept a college game? I can think of a college game that's happened.
Okay, I would actually, yeah. I think in pro, if they're the first, they've got to be the first, memory-wise for me. But what's the college one?
College is 2000, Colorado, Nebraska. I remember watching this game. There's classic day after Thanksgiving. Colorado's looking to upset Nebraska first time in forever in Lincoln. 31-24, Colorado scores a touchdown. They go for two. There's 47 seconds left. They get the two-pointer, 32-31. And then all they got to do is hold Nebraska and make sure they don't kick a field goal. And a squib kick, giving Nebraska easy field position. Nebraska goes on the field. Short field goal by Josh Brown, who played the lead.
Oh, wow.
Nebraska wins.
Yeah, we've already established that the only team ever to lose twice in one season on field goals 50 yards or longer as the last play of the game.
I was convinced a 67-yarder was coming.
Not on the phone. Missed the 49.
No, not at all.
This on the 49 adds to this.
Of course it does.
The lore, because it made no sense how that ball died.
I know, it was crazy. All right, we'll get back more into that coming up a little bit. Here's
All right, boys. Well, the long weekend got a bit longer for Southwest customers after the airline canceled more than 1,000 flights on Sunday. And overall, over Saturday and Sunday, nearly 2,000 flights were canceled. Now, the airline is blaming it on bad weather, on staffing shortages, and on tower issues. However, the FAA did say that there had been no air traffic-related cancellations since Friday, and there has been some speculation that the weekend delays may have been caused by a pilot walkout after the airline announced a vaccine mandate for employees. Now, we don't know exactly what actually led to the cancellations, but either way, there was a lot lot of upset travelers. That's for sure. A lot of stranded travelers.
A lot of them coming back from Lincoln.
Oh, it sounds nice.
Yeah, got stranded, yes.
Oh, it's the worst. I mean, it's having a when you don't expect a flight cancellation and you're already at the airport. Want to see some people on flights?
I actually heard of a few who had their first flight was on schedule and arrived, but their connecting flight was the one that was canceled. And so they weren't even in the same city that they started in, trying to get home. Yeah.
Very, very frustrating, that's for sure. So listen to this. A U.S. Navy nuclear engineer and his wife are in some really, really hot water after they were charged with selling secret info about nuclear submarines to an undercover FBI agent who they thought was a representative of a foreign government. So this couple was actually arrested in West Virginia on Saturday after placing this removable memory card at a prearranged drop-off spot in Jefferson County. And they've been charged with espionage and violating the Atomic Energy Act. And according to the FBI, the scheme actually began back in April of 2020. So it took place, a little over a year, when the husband had sent this package of Navy documents to a foreign government. And he said that he was really interested in selling all of these operation manuals, performance report, and a whole bunch of other sensitive information. And they were busted back in June. The FBI did say an undercover agent sent about $10,000 in cryptocurrency to the couple, saying, you know what, here's our sign. We want all your information. This is a sign of good faith and trust. And the operation continued. I've seen stories. There was, he'd drop off these memory cards, and there was once a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a pack of gum. And well, anyway, they were busted. Thank goodness. The Mount Clemens varsity football team was supposed to hit the field on Friday for, of course, their homecoming game, but that game was canceled because they couldn't find enough refs to officiate the game.
Oh, no.
I know, so a lot of upset, obviously, student athletes and just the student body as a whole. It's a big traditional weekend, homecoming weekend in the football game. So a referee shortage isn't just impacting Mount Clemens, it's actually taking place across the entire state. And of course, it's impacting game calls, fan experiences, and student athletes as a whole. And like I said, so many people were upset. And according to a source over at the MHSAA, last year they lost about 25% of their football refs, and they have not been able to make that shortage up. So they're still down a lot of refs.
And you really appreciate that these guys, they get paid a little bit, but that they actually do this. But the problem is, because there's so few, a lot of these guys probably are at the age where they should be retiring, and they can't keep up, and it's obvious. But I give them credit because there's nobody else out there.
Yeah. I mean, you can't play the game, obviously, as we're experiencing without them.
Right. And this is just the dichotomy of what's going on in society right now with worker shortage. In all places. Like yesterday, I went and got the kids Burger King for lunch, and I went inside, and it said, there was a sign, it has come to this, kiosk only, nobody wants to work.
Yeah. I think for some of the officials, it's a little bit different. It's the fact that, they are doing, this is a labor of love for them. They're not making a whole lot, and sometimes officials will do 3-4 games in an entire weekend.
Yeah.
Just so, one, obviously they're doing it because they love the game and they want the kids to be able to play.
Absolutely.
Finally, you guys, there's a portion of I-94 in Southwest Michigan that is going to be named for a state road employee who was actually killed by stray tires back in 2019. So a bill to honor Kevin White was signed by the governor, and if you're not familiar with the story, White was tragically killed when these tires came off of a passing semi-truck and hit him. So this portion of the road will be named after him, and the state, or the head of the transportation department, said White's death is a reminder of the dangerous conditions that road workers endure so that we can get where we're going on time. So just a really nice gesture to honor his life.
That is really nice. All right, thank you very much, Heather. All right, coming up next, more on the Lions, 248-539-9797. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem at quarterback. 97-1 the
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Week 5 pro football wraps up tonight. Baltimore, a touchdown favorite at home against Indianapolis, and the total here is 46. Not ready to make any firm bets on this game. Might not be able to until kickoff. Think the side and total are exactly where they need to be. Would have some interest in Baltimore if this number ticked below 7 at around -6.5. And my lean here would be towards the under, where I expect both defenses to find success on Monday Night Football. So Baltimore under a touchdown, slightly interesting. The under, slightly interesting. But this remains a very tough game to call betting-wise on Monday Night Football in Baltimore, between Baltimore and Indianapolis. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
Have you experienced basement leaks? Water is more than annoying. It can cause damage to your home and foundation. It starts at your roof line and can collect around your home, causing a mess in your basement or crawl space. Call Foundation Systems of Michigan. We are experts in managing water around your home. From gutters to waterproofing solutions, we have a full line of products to put an end to your water problems for good.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. If you haven't refinanced your mortgage in 2021, you need to call Hall Financial right now to see if you qualify for the no appraisal 8-day close. 866-CALL-HALL, or you can chat with us online at callhallfirst.com.
Introducing Fidelity Income Planning. We look at how much you've saved, how much you'll need, and help you build a straightforward plan to generate income, even when you're not working. A plan that gives you the chance to grow your savings and create cash flow that lasts. Plus, you can start, stop, or adjust your plan at any time. Talk to us today so we can help you go from saving to living. Fidelity Brokerage Services, number NYSE SIPC.
I need tech that leaves my hands free during my work day and my workout.
It's possible with Staples Connect. I need tech for my home office that makes it easier to work from home. Also possible because Staples Connect has the innovative tech and tools you need to take on the future of work. And now Apple AirPods Pro are only $199. You save $50. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 10/16, limit 2 while supplies last.
When donating your car, you want to donate it where it will do the most good, and that's Mother Waddles. Rick Frazier here to remind you that not only is Mother Waddles Detroit's oldest and most respected car donation program, but that the Mother Waddles mission has also been helping the poorest of the poor for well over 50 years now. So if you have an extra car and you could use a great tax deduction, then put that old car to good use and donate it to Mother Waddles. Tens of thousands of satisfied car donors have enjoyed tax savings while helping Mother Waddles to help others. So please do your part and donate your car to Mother Waddles. Remember, folks, don't take chances with your car donation. Go with the leader, and that's Mother Waddles. Simply call Mother Waddles today at 313-WADDLES or donate your car online at motherwaddles.org. Mother Waddles, a name you can trust. Call today, 313-WADDLES. That's 313-WADDLES.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Get the latest sports news and inside information about Michigan and Michigan State on the 5-Star Zone with Rico Beard. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
Goff takes the snap, sets deep in the pocket, looks, throws, back in the end zone.
so many guys, you know, you look at this game and you could go and you could pick out, you know, the two drops by Vincent. You could pick out two plays, back-to-back plays by, you know, Penei Sewell.
Right.
You could pick out, you know, so many individual plays that, if made, make it a little bit easier. Derek Barnes.
Yeah, he whiffed on
He
one.
whiffed on one.
That was his big. He played pretty well, except for that.
I agree.
I thought Tracy Walker had a really good game. Maybe his best game in a couple of years.
Yeah, and he had some big time hits too.
Yes.
Which was fun to see. There were some guys that played better, especially young guys that I think are going to get.
I think St. Brown played much better. I mean, McNeil.
I thought Cephas was playing good until he got hurt.
He could be out for a while. They're talking possibly clavicle. It just keeps on going, but that's the league. I mean, look, Saquon Barkley got hurt again. Joe Burrow.
Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
The receiver of Kenny Galladay.
Yeah.
All three of them in one game.
Yeah,
for the Giants.
I know. Joe Burrow, who the Lions might see, I assume they'll still see him. I don't throw a contusion.
Poked in
I
the
don't
throat.
remember Ragnow had an incident with his throat last year. I think he had to miss a game.
Yeah, that JOK, the Owusu Koromora, had the same thing for the Browns. Had a throat contusion, and gosh, out of all the injuries I had, that was probably the most uncomfortable.
You had a throat contusion?
Oh, it was uncomfortable because and for a little while it kind of feels like you can't breathe.
Yeah.
And it's the scariest one. That's for sure.
All right, look, we understand why the Lions traded Matthew Stafford. He didn't want to be part of the rebuild, and to be quite honest, I understand why the Lions let him go too. And I believe Matthew Stafford is a very good quarterback, and who knows, he might, be on a team that goes to the Super Bowl. Whatever. The Lions, nobody was really enthralled when the Lions got Jared Goff, but he wouldn't have got
In 1
that
mile,
extra draft
turn left
choice
onto
if
West
he didn't
14
take Jared
Mile
Goff.
Road.
Was it worth it? I feel on that, I would rather the Bridgewater deal with Carolina. That said, okay, Jared Goff just has to be better. He just has to be better. He has not played one full game. Now, granted, people say, well, in Los Angeles, yeah, perhaps he had, Robert Woods, he had some. Look, granted, he's got no deep threat here, and that makes it a little more difficult. That said, you cannot, as you mentioned earlier, keep fumbling the football like he has. The interception, granted, Kendricks made a terrific play.
At the next
Still
light,
can't throw
turn
make
left.
that pass. You can't turn the ball over twice where he turned it over at the 28-yard line and the 31. Okay, worst comes to worst, you're probably going to get 2 field goal attempts. Okay, probably make it both of them, but worst comes to worst, probably only make one of them. That's points. This team cannot afford to give away points on turnovers. And you're a veteran
At the
quarterback.
light, turn left onto West 14 Mile Road. Then turn right onto
and
Inkster
just like
Road.
last week, you're in the red zone 4 times. You get all the opportunity in the world, and you don't come away with any points. And it's not all on Jared Goff, but when you have, we talked about this earlier in the year when it was the first half of San Francisco. It was a bad half. Second half of Green Bay, it was a bad half. He has never been able to put together a full game.
Correct.
Of just being accurate.
Right.
And even yesterday it was pointed out on the broadcast. There was a pass to T.J. Hawkinson where it was a completion, but it was still behind him. If he catches it in stride instead of being tackled 1 yard short of getting a
At the
first
stop
down,
sign,
you hit him in stride.
turn
Now
right
it's a
onto
first
Inkster
down, and
Road.
you get a chance to start over. There's just so many little things like that. You would expect a guy that's been in the league 4, 5, 6 years,
Right,
to be able to do.
with all due respect, and you might not like the analogy, he's
In
performing like
1.9
Kate
miles,
McNamara.
turn left onto West 12
To a
Mile
certain extent
Road.
without the turnovers.
Yeah.
McNamara finally had one, but I mean, guy, a lot of his completions, not in stride, those type of things.
Yes.
You have no room for error.
Exactly.
And that's a great point about McNamara, because the second he made an error, that put Michigan in jeopardy.
Right. And Jared Goff took a team to a Super Bowl, aided by good defense.
Yeah.
But he can't make these mistakes.
No, he can. And the frustrating part is that this coaching staff, as we try to evaluate, and we've been hard on Dan Campbell because, well, he's aggressive. We like that. Oh, he's too aggressive. We don't like that. But the offensive game plan of being able to get guys open Quintez Cephas was open a lot. Amon-Ra St. Brown was open a lot. Trinity Benson was open, even though he catch the ball. I mean, these guys are open. They find ways in the passing game to get, DeAndre Swift the ball. He's been open. The running game has been there. There's been opportunities.
Right.
And so as we evaluate this team, I actually think that the coaching staff is doing a good job of creating a game plan and creating opportunities for a team with very low talent level.
With loft.
Yes.
I agree with everything you said, but at the same time, he gets a little credit. He made the throws on the what should have been the game-winning drive.
Yeah.
I mean,
He played good the last minute and a half.
nice throw on the 2-point conversion.
Absolutely. But you don't want to be in that situation. Yeah. Let's go to Sean, 97.1 The Ticket. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to grade out this whole team and organization kind of as a whole. Like, I feel like the coaching staff is somehow keeping these guys competitive. They're not getting blown out. But then again, I feel like every team they play either doesn't take them serious because if they didn't play Dalvin Cook, like Baltimore should have put up more points. But anyways, I try to grade the GM. We're not getting production from a lot of, Levi, the 2 defensive tackles. I almost look at that as a 2 lost picks there.
What are you looking at? Seriously? I think that McNeil.
Make a U-turn.
Tackles on the season.
Oh, so you're just looking at stats. You're just looking at
You can't
stats.
just look at stats, especially for the defensive tackles. The way this defense is designed is they are eating up blocks up front so that Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes, Jalen Reeves-Maven can come in and make plays. And I thought on the play that Derek Barnes missed the tackle, in the hole on
In 6.2
Madison.
miles, take exit
The reason that he was so
14C onto
open to make that play
M39
was
and Southfield
because
Freeway.
The defensive line ate up the offensive line, but they weren't able to get off on the linebackers. And now it just comes down to you've got to make that play as a linebacker. And I actually thought that this was Onwuzurike's best game.
Yeah. They're showing improvement. I don't know what you're looking at. McNeil is pretty good.
I personally didn't like to double dip down, especially when you could have got a receiver like Rondell Moore that would help this offense.
That I don't disagree with. I mean, they have Swift is the only one. But besides Swift, they have no dynamic playmakers, and that's part of Goff's defense because he really doesn't have anything to work with.
Right, but
So their best receiver, who they thought was going to be their best receiver, hasn't played in 3 weeks.
no, and their best receiver, who has been their best receiver, is now going to be out
Yeah,
for some time.
I know. Let's go to Jay. What's on your mind, Jay?
Yeah, how y'all doing? I listen to y'all on the audio station. I'm not a Lions fan, but I just like listening to y'all station. But I'm looking at the Lions. It seems like Goff is throwing the ball 35, 30 times a game, and I'm going through the Lions games, and I see Swift 11 carries, Williams 14. This is my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I think the Lions should be a more run-oriented offense because, like you said, Goff is not that type of quarterback that can carry you, 400 some yards. He'd do that maybe once in a blue moon or every time. I think the Lions should get the running backs to make more carries. Like Brown, they get the ball to Chubb and Hunt to the numbers.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Jay, but the only issue is they do that in the first half. And they're splitting, but then they'll fall behind, and then they do end up using
Stay in the left 3
He had 6 receptions yesterday. They still try and get him the ball, but
Right.
at some point you got to try and be able to get jump yardage plays.
Swift had 17 touches.
Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 1-800-270-7117. It takes 2 vaccines to help protect you this season with flu and COVID-19. And now you can get both shots at the same visit. Learn more at cdc.gov/vaccines. Parents, do you want to save your child's life? 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check can help. Book the time to have your child checked. Contact the Oaks Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Learn more at 97.1theticket.com. The Detroit Pistons played on Memphis Grizzlies. Pre-game tonight at 7:35 on 97.1 The Ticket.
I'm proud of our players, man. They fought their ass off, and they gave us a chance at the end. They wanted it, and they played to win, and we came up short, which is of our own doing. They credit them. They played a good game, and they won. But our guys fought. They fought their ass off, and and I appreciate that about these guys.
That's Dan Campbell. We'll play a little clips from him shortly. They're even more emotional than that as the Lions lose in ridiculous fashion. How's that?
Yeah.
Ridiculous fashion? 19-17. They weren't playing not playing very well offensively at all, especially the passing game. And then they made a play. Reeves Maven. He was watching Brad Hawkins in the center.
It couldn't have been a less enthusiastic fumble recovery.
I know.
The broadcast, those guys, most didn't think...
They thought the ball was dead.
Well, they thought the ball was dead, but they thought the Lions were dead with about 6 or 7 minutes to go. They didn't think there was any chance they were coming back. It was, the Lions are playing this out. Well, sure. But then it happens, and it seemed very anticlimactic on the broadcast, but the Lions had a chance. They created an opportunity for themselves. Yes. However they got there, whatever situation they were in, they fought all the way to the end and created themselves an opportunity.
And they cashed in, and got to give them credit for doing that. I love the fact that they went for 2. I love the fact that he didn't kick the ball out of into the end zone, make them run a little bit of the clock, which they did. Had worse field position, and then they decided not to pressure Kirk Cousins. Which, look, Aaron Glenn said this, and Campbell said it after the Baltimore game. If I had to do it all over again, I would, and they did.
Yeah.
How many times do you have to be burned by it?
Well, Charles Harris has now had a sack in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
Trey Flowers got in the mix.
Yeah.
There were other times where they were pressuring Kirk Cousins, and that if I think that's the one thing that you look at the end of the game, and you're like, you know what? You can't just rely on, let's call it 3rd and 4th string guys that are playing in the secondary to come through for you.
Well, that's their rationale, because if they say they create pressure and it becomes one-on-one basically, man-to-man defense.
But it doesn't have to be.
I know. I understand. Here's the other thing I kind of wanted to ask, this being a football strategy, wouldn't it have behooved them, I don't know who the third receiver was, just double Jefferson, double Thielen, and then see what happens? Maybe take a chance on the tight end being the guy or something like that?
No. Jefferson, he's clearly their best receiver.
Right.
Thielen had proven that he could drop the ball as good as anybody else in that game. So, but you don't let a guy run wide open.
Some ticket text, 248-539-9797. The Lions are actually doing what they should. Stay competitive in games, but lose so we get a good draft position. That's Jody and Romeo. That's the Pistons. And they're starting to do it. The Pistons, though, I think their young players were much more, I wouldn't say competitive, but better than with the Lions' young players have shown so far.
Yeah, and there was a clear path to them to get a really good player to make a difference.
Yes.
I don't know who that, and I'm not saying that there's not one there.
Right.
Who's that really good player that can make a difference that's coming out in next year's draft?
Probably Thibodeau. I was napping during the second half, so I didn't miss anything. Feel okay this morning. Who cares anymore? That's fine. I'm not that upset.
No.
It's just the reason you wanted. just numb yet again. That's from Jody from Orange Park, Florida. Now, by the way, someone wants to know why Gov is still using an alarm clock when the rest of the adult world uses their cell phone.
They just turned that off. No, our son goes into our youngest son, and God love him, and it's actually really cute and everything. He goes into our room and uses Alexa, and he sings. And he's actually getting singing lessons. He's pretty good. He's only 8 now.
Man, he'll be on American Idol in 5 years.
Yeah. Sure. But he messes with everything. Like, it's not just my alarm clock, and I just don't know what to do.
I got an idea. It's a Christmas present on his in his path.
Handcuffs?
Maybe he's looking for those in that room too.
Oh my God. They might be there, but they haven't been used in 5
Get him
years.
his own Alexa and tell him to sing in his own damn room.
Well, the boys share a room, and so the other one's in there doing stuff.
Yeah, find it out. Let's go.
They're not allowed to do anything they want, which is another thing I'm losing.
Losing how to discipline your children to your wife? Oh, that never happened. Oh my God.
How about them cheese slices?
We're saving that one.
We're saving it for them.
You will be. I'll tar you, and Stoney will feather you.
7:35.
I expect him to we'll kick you.
7:35. The bet of the millennium, ladies and gentlemen.
You knew this was going to happen. I mean, I told Greg to roll. Come on.
If you knew it was going to happen, I don't think you should have picked the Chiefs then.
You got to have fun. That's what this is all about.
Pick the Chiefs, yes, exactly. Of course, it's all about fun.
Lots of reasons, and Brett Favre.
Yes.
This is my Brett
Hey,
Favre.
Roethlisberger looked good this year.
By the way, 0-6 on Michigan picks.
By the way, I'm going into, for those who care, Stony Dash 1, 2-1-1 heading into tonight's
game.
I have the Colts +7 at Baltimore. Yeah, I won on the Chargers. I tied the freaking Bengals.
Chargers are first in that division, aren't they?
Yeah, I had them +3. I had the Steelers, which is pick 'em. And the one I lost, I had Miami +3.
And Thursday, we're going to be in Vegas, and is that the day that we get to watch Stoney get presented the big check?
Thursday or Friday, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's
I hope it's not Friday.
We actually have a check.
Thursday. Yeah, I will be. Yeah, because Mr. Wiggles comes up on the weekend.
Yeah.
He did.
Thursday, poolside, no shirt.
No. It's not. All right. Like we promised, coming up next after the update, Dan Campbell. Pretty damn emotional. 97.1.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
This will be from 54 yards. Hash mark left side to win it. There's the snap. Spot down. Kick on the way. It is up and it is good. And once again, the Lions will walk off the field heartbroken. Once again, the Lions will walk off the field with a long field goal, dealing them a defeat.
Brought to you by Mother Waddles. Lions now 0-5. Losing that heartbreaker you heard right here on 97 on the Ticket to the Vikings 1917. Just after scoring a touchdown with 37 seconds left by DeAndre Swift in a 2-point conversion, giving them that 1-point lead. The Lions defense fails yet again. Lions quarterback Jared Goff throws for 2 of 3 and 1 interception. He also turned it over on another fumble. His leading 6 of the year. Wide receiver Quintez Cephas left the game with a serious shoulder injury. According to head coach Dan Campbell, other NFL winners include the Falcons, Packers, Steelers, Bucks, Saints, Eagles, Titans, Patriots, Bears, Chargers, Cowboys, Cardinals, and Bills. Monday Night Football is the Colts and Ravens. MLB playoffs. Boston over Tampa Bay 6-4 and 12. Red Sox lead at 2 games to
that is the text as well. Dan Campbell, after the game, and many of you have seen it already, some of you have heard it, but a lot of people haven't. And it did cause some, I don't know, if you care that much what people say on social media, and we have a text about this as well. So I'll read the text first, okay? Stoney, I thought Dan Campbell was tough, played NFL football. He needs to toughen up, and he needs to learn what it's like to be a Detroit Lion and get used to it, and not cry. He needs to learn what it is like to be a Detroit. Well, before we played the Dan Campbell emotional speech, whatever you want to call it, first of all, he was a Detroit Lion for a couple of years.
Yeah.
On some bad teams, so he knows all about that. And I think he is part of, he is the fabric of the city. I think.
Yeah.
You can say, well, we didn't cry. Whatever, okay? Here is Dan Campbell after the game yesterday.
It's tough. Look, you want it for yourself as an organization and for all of us, but you want it for those players. I mean, they're out there busting their ass, and it's tough when you see your players give all that they have, and you lose that way. It's tough. You don't want that for them. So, but we'll be better for it. And there again, credit Minnesota, but we made the one mistake that cost us, and so ultimately, we didn't do enough to win. But I was proud of them, and I love the fight they have in them.
All right, 248-539-9797. We have some texts on this as well. Dan Campbell, emotional interview. The press conference. Yeah. Bother you? Let me ask you this, John. You're a player. Coach has that type of emotion. I wouldn't call it weeping or anything like that, but he was obviously broken up a little bit.
Sure.
Does that, do you laugh at that? I know times are different than when you played. I understand that. Do you laugh at that? Do you make fun of it? Or do you say, man, he really does give a crap about us?
Well, I think, one, the easy answer is, he gives a crap about us, and he's giving everything he can to try and make this team better, to try and be good at his job. He's got a passion for it. And we've got two great examples within the span of a week. Right? You've got one coach who invests 100% into his team, his emotion, the time investment, the wanting the best for his team. And then you've got another coach who, after a loss, says kind of the same thing in regards to a passion for his team, but then it goes and celebrates at a bar and doesn't travel back with his team. And what did we say about him? Well, he's not, he doesn't care about his team. He's not invested. He's not all those things. And obviously I'm talking about Urban Meyer. I think within the span of 8 or 9 days, we've got an example on two sides of the spectrum, and I would much rather have a coach that shows that he's invested in what he's trying to get us to do. And I think most of these players also can see they're not a part of the long-term plan. He wants to get them playing as good as possible. So if the long-term plan isn't here, it might be somewhere in the NFL. And I've mentioned this before. I played for Marty Schottenheimer, and Marty never got emotional at press conferences, but he would get emotional with our team at different times. And we would have run through brick walls for Marty Schottenheimer. And we started out 0-5 that year. And there were times in that 0-5 start where he would get impassioned with our team like this. And we fought every single day, every single practice, every single game. Now, in that season, we had more talent that we were dealing with. We were underperforming for 5 games, and we ended up 8-8 on the season. That's where you find that your team will buy in. They will not quit on your coach because he is fully invested in you as an individual and in your team and in your city.
Ticket text. Timmy Clarkston. Crying Dan Campbell is clueless. SOL. Campbell is 2 press conferences away from taking a drive around Lake Orchard.
I have worries. I will say this. I was trying to think of former NFL coaches who have gotten emotional like this in press conferences, and I think I've stumbled upon who Dan Campbell might be, the type of coach he is. Remember Dick Vermeil?
Yeah.
Well, lot of similarities.
Yeah.
A lot of emotion. Seems like a great leader and a good person and a good guy that the players love, and has coordinators that he trusts. And this is part of the package. I just worry, man. There's signs each week that this is. I love him. I like the guy. I do. I like this regime, man. But it just seems like the worst case scenario is happening to them.
Yeah, but what do we really expect out of this team in regards to their ability to make plays?
I know, but guys,
this coaching staff has put them in position to make plays.
I know, and they've been the victim of SOL, to be quite honest. Really, they have. It's unbelievable what's happened to this team in 2 of the games this year. It really is. And we had the call earlier about the curse and all that stuff. I don't know what it is. We cannot think of an NFL team that's ever lost after they went for 2 for the win and got it. That's what happened to him yesterday. A 66-yarder happened to him. And he's getting these guys. And there was an image right after the winning field goal yesterday, after they initially showed the Viking celebration. There were some Lions players in the background. And I've never seen players look so distraught in my life. And I feel bad for them. But you also have got to be unbiased about this. And you know what we said about the Patricia regime a couple years ago? Oh, they're losing a lot of close games. They're competitive. Oh, the greatest loss against the Chiefs. You got to be equal on this too.
Well, I don't think any of us has said good loss, good loss, good loss.
Well, no. Okay, yesterday is what you're referring to.
For the off season.
Yeah.
Not a good loss. No. It's just the fact that they were able to, come back was kind of bizarre, and then they lost it. Yes.
I'll just say, I think in a nutshell that I don't know if his reaction is sustainable to get through this.
Through 17 games, you think he's too invested?
I think that plus he go into next year. That he's putting a target on his back. And that was what I was worried about with the kneecap stuff and the Lions stuff in the offseason. There's stories about this nationally. Is it? Are you?
I don't know.
I saw start getting mocked.
I saw Tony Dungy basically was so effusive in praise for Dan Campbell last night.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees, obviously Drew Brees, coach. He said he texted him back and forth. He said he's real. I mean,
I love it. He is. But you know what? The fact of the matter is most coaches survive because they're not real. They put on this facade and they go NFL mode.
Right.
And they don't because
one guy does, and then all of a sudden it's not going to work?
Do you understand what I'm saying from the sustainable aspect, right?
It's all about the talent. If they had talent, this stuff
turn left onto Electric Street.
I know.
Bad. So that's why
this stuff doesn't bother Ryan. I think the people texting are quite honestly rude and it's.
Well, I don't even, I don't care, and I guarantee you, if there's going to be stories nationally, I can tell you one guy who doesn't care that there's stories nationally or how he's going to be portrayed in the media.
He'll be with us tomorrow, next week. Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is ancillary pressure is going to build here. There's certain coaches that get a camera on them virtually after every single thing that goes on. Don't you agree with that, John, from the presentation of this game? That some coaches are shown more than others.
Sure.
They're going to be putting everything on him, man. And he's opened himself up to.
Oh, I love it when they put the camera. I'm trying to read his lips. There are so many times where I can read his lips and I go, that's exactly what I would be saying. That's exactly how I would react. And I love it because, in that press conference last night, I think there are a lot of Lions fans who can identify with the frustrations that Dan Campbell is showing and the emotion that he's showing. I think it you could say there's going to be a handful of Lions fans that say, we love it. There's going to be